I painted it. It's stolen. Theft. It's my work. Plagiarism. Look what I did. Lies. Theft. Plagiarism. It's my work. It's stolen. I did it. It's my work. Mine. Stolen. I painted it. Plagiarism. By now, most of you watching this film have recognized the images shown as that of the work of Margaret Keane. The interview that you are about to watch took place about 1964. With the release of the 2014 movie depicting the life of Margaret Keane, anyone that watched the film will know the story of the Big Eyes paintings, the woman that created them, and the man that would try to take credit for this lady's incredibly imaginative work. This interview of Walter Keane was filmed by longtime professional cameraman Duane Anderly, for whom we have to thank for sharing this film with us.
The Eyes, the Child marked the work of Walter Keane, after Pablo Picasso and Salvador Dali, perhaps the best-known artist alive today. We are in the gallery of Walter and Margaret Keane on Broadway in San Francisco, and Walter is our guest tonight on Camera 3. Walter, I suppose never has the work of any single artist or pair of artists been as notable for one outstanding feature as yours and your wife Margaret's, that feature, of course, being the eyes. How did you come to begin painting the piercing large eyes?
Well, I first started doing this after World War II when I was kind of tramping around France, Germany, and the lowlands, and I came upon these frightened waif-type children, and they actually looked like rats running around, and they acted like it. And I started painting this type of thing of these children. These children, they didn't even seem to know why. These children didn't even know how to talk. They couldn't even pray. And it's sort of like an artist's work. You don't know how to talk about it, but the painting can talk for you. And I think this is the difference between an artist and a poet and a writer. In other words, an artist paints what he has to say, where other people do it in more verbal type of.
Miss Keane, when you met Margaret, was she painting big eyes then, or did she do that after you were married?
No, Margaret and I met in San Francisco at an art show some years back. And Margaret was doing charcoal drawing, like you frequently see artists doing, little caricatures, but she was actually doing a realistic drawing of someone. And I walked by and I says, "Hello, baby, pretty good." Huh? And I sort of half bugged her, and I says, "Why don't you give this up and we'll have a beer?" So she sort of let me know that I wasn't welcome and would I please go away. So in about 10 minutes I came back, and she was free then, so once more I asked her, and she said, "Well, on one condition, I want to show you somebody's work down here." I said, "I should go to look at somebody else's work? Let's go have a coffee or something." She said, "I've got to see this work one more time." So she took me about 2 blocks away, showed me this painting. It turned out to be my own. So from then on, we got along fine.
I bet. What was the big, was there any one single thing that put you over the top? You were starving in North Beach for a number of years, and now you're the best-selling painter in the world. What happened?
Well, I'll tell you, I think a few years back, when we were sort of, we were also well-loved then by most of the artists in North Beach, when we were sort of probably the most malnourished artists around. But then came the time that people like the Rockefellers, even down to a little child in the 6th grade, saved his lunch money to buy a lithograph. And then when this happened, and also before this probably, our painting gradually started to get better. My painting went to the United Nations. Margaret's painting of people like Jerry Lewis that brought $10,000. This got news on television shows, magazines. People started writing about us that never had met us. And then more people came to see our paintings, more art collectors and more art lovers. And out of all of this, it just sort of has gone on, and each week is better than the week before.
Has it changed your painting at all? Do you notice yourself doing anything different now than you were 10, 15 years ago?
No, except that 10 or 15 years ago, we had nothing to do but paint. And now today, we get about 200 letters a month of inquiries, for interviews, to speak at colleges, to be on television shows, and we have a lot of opportunities to more expose our work, which we're happy to do, but it does take away from the painting time. I paint from about midnight to 5 in the morning. That's about all the time I have to paint every day or every morning.
So now you actually have to manage this vast empire. What of the future, Walter? Do you plan to continue painting you, the waifs, and Margaret,
yes.
the young ladies?
Right now I'm working on a painting it's 4 feet by 8 feet that'll have 50 children of the entire world in it. It'll be sort of, I think, maybe the forgotten ones. And this painting will be in a new book that'll come out this fall, a hardcover book. And but I'll always probably use something of the waif in the work I'm doing. And Margaret has done a lot of experimenting in her work. I think probably no artist has experimented the way that Margaret has. I think that probably, she's done a little bit of everything, but now she's kind of arrived at something that's kind of her elongated form. A few people have compared her to El Greco, but I think that there's really no similarity. El Greco, I think, painted his martyrs where she's painting her maidens in the same elongated way. But El Greco painted this, I've read once, because he had bad eyesight. But Margaret's vision is quite different. It's 20/20.
That's pretty good. Walter, thank you very much for taking time out from your busy schedule to talk.
I painted it. It's stolen. Theft. It's my work. Plagiarism. Look what I did. Lies. Theft. Plagiarism. It's my work. It's stolen. I did it. It's my work. Mine. Stolen. I painted it.